What's up, guys? Thanks for checking in. Back at it again. It's another episode of the Daily Diamond with me, Alex Diamond.
Thank you for coming through today. As y'all know, I am Alex Diamonds. This is the Daily Diamond, episode 13, 14, or 15. We're here today with my man Trent. Trent, why don't you tell the people who might not know you who you are?
What's up? I'm Trent Lively. This is my dog M right here. She'll probably be crashing the scene a little bit. But yeah, I grew up in Visalia, lived all around. Known this guy for about, 20 years now?
Pretty close.
20, 15 years, so I'm just happy to be here, man.
Thank you so much, man. Thank you for your time, and thank you mostly for your energy, bro.
Appreciate that, brother.
Yeah, man, for sure. So specifically, why don't you tell a little bit about where you're from and where you lived, where you kind of got brought up, you know?
Okay, so I was born in Pasadena. I moved with my family to Visalia when I was 5 years old, and been basically living in Visalia for most of my life, off and on. I've lived in San Diego for a bit, lived in Los Angeles, went to college in Michigan, Michigan State, Sparty Nation, what up?
That's what's up.
And then moved back. So, but I've always, no matter where I go, I always come back to Visalia. It's always like my home base, you know?
That's what's up. Visalia in your heart and family's here,
Yes, sir.
obviously.
Yes, sir.
Awesome, man. Awesome. Formal education is definitely one of my questions. So what are some of your, well, I know we're in one of your favorite spots. You could tell the people where we're at, and then also just what are some of your favorite spots in your city?
Oh, man. So right now we're at Slick Rock, and this is just above the Lake Cahuilla Reservoir. And this is definitely one of my favorite spots. I would come here probably ever since a little kid, you know, since I was old enough to swim and get out here. Three Rivers in general, there's all kinds of little hidden spots I may or may not tell you about, you know. But
gotta earn those rights.
Right. If you're out here, you probably know what I'm talking about anyway, if you grew up out here. I love snowboarding. I grew up snowboarding probably since I was 12 years old. So I love the mountains at all times of the year, winter, spring, summer, fall. And Visalia is interesting. It's we got a really nice community here, and we're really blessed to have a lot of good restaurateurs and a lot of good food. Yeah. I mean, we're right here in the Central Valley, so we know you can't get any fresher as far as that. So I love to support local businesses and you know, pre-COVID, go out and about whenever I can, but we obviously are in a different reality, so
for sure
we adapt to what we got to do. But right now, I find myself outdoors a lot, man. Just snowboarding or hiking with my girlfriend, or taking this one out to, you know, make sure she burns off all that energy.
For sure, I
love it out here, man. I feel like this is my happy spot for sure.
That's beautiful, man. I know one of the things is, to quote my buddy Cricket, is 2 hours from the Bay, 2 hours from LA. But you know, Visalia, it's centrally located to almost everything and anything. Right. Mountains, beach, big city, everything, you know?
That's interesting you say that too, because I feel like, you know, growing up, it was always like, especially when I was, you know, high school, couldn't wait to get out, you know? Yeah. I was like, when I can't wait to get out of Visalia, I'm going to go here, whether it be up north or down south. We're going to go somewhere else, you know? And it's interesting, like, the older I get, I find that, you know, we live in a really magical place. You know, we're only less than 45 minutes from the giant sequoias. If you keep going down this road, you run into the giant forest, which is unlike any other forest in the world. Yeah. You know what I mean? There's places here that look like the Scottish Highlands. There's places here that look like, you know, the Shire with the green hills. I mean, you could get any type of landscape or variety you want. The Sierra Nevadas are a magical mountain range. It's an awesome place. So I've been coming to appreciate this land and its ancestors more and more the older I get.
That's dope. I know on the way here we were talking a little bit about my time at my Visalia classes, and one of the things we did was the history a lot, and to find out that Visalia was one of the first train stops, meaning like it was San Francisco, LA, Visalia. Right. And that tripped me out because, you know, look at us now and look at them now. Yeah. But it has a lot to do with just the powers that be and maintaining sizable growth. Let's call it that, for the lack of a better term.
Right. Yeah, Visalia is funny, man. It's actually was Fort Visalia, and when this was all the Mariposa Valley. So the Mariposa Valley was like all the way from Sacramento all the way down to Bakersfield. was Mariposa Valley.
Okay.
And you're right, the train was due to come through here, but I think some disagreement with land rights or the farmers who were already established here, something, so we ended up going through Hanford instead. And so that's
the
why,
actual station.
Right, because everybody thought Visalia was going to be the next boom town, and it was supposed to take off like Fresno and Bakersfield.
Yeah.
And because of the train never came through here, they, you know, the theory is that that's never took off like it should have.
Yeah.
But you know what? I think everything happens. You might not see it at the time, but it happens for a reason, and I'm kind of glad it didn't. You know, I'm glad Visalia has its own little separate thing going on.
Very true, man. We do have a big resurgence with our downtown going on.
Yes, sir.
And, you know, we have a lot more, I think, with the big trees with COVID and not a lot of people being able to do a lot of stuff inside. They're seeking outside.
Right. That's a great thing.
And it is a great thing. Yeah. And I think a lot more people are pinging on to us.
Right. I would just say, as someone who loves going outside and loves just, you know, going outdoors and doing what I can, I would just say, when you do go outdoors, just please, 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 always pick up after yourself.
Respect the spot.
And respect the land that you're in.
For sure.
Otherwise, enjoy, man. I mean, it's a beautiful spot, and if you like to go out there and be out among the big trees, or snowboarding, or kayaking on the rivers, or fishing, or whatever it is, enjoy it, man. It's beautiful, but just please, please pick up after yourself, because that is a big issue.
For sure. It breaks my heart, man. We made all this stink about straws. I never saw a straw in the street in my life, but guess what I see all the time is masks. It's disgusting. Let's just move on. Let's just move on. Let's just move on. So, favorite spots in the cities. So, right now, bro, let's hit the hard stuff. What do you do for a living? What are some of your side hustles, income streams?
Okay, so I started off in the PR game.
Yep.
And I want to say this was back in 2012.
Out of college.
Yeah, right out of, I was in my graduate school program.
Yep.
And I got a PR gig with the Los Angeles Clippers.
That's what's up.
And so this was...
just a little job.
Yeah.
Just a little job.
I mean, it was entry level. Entry level. I thought I was like, you know, popping my collar. I'm working for the Clippers.
I mean that in all sarcasm. Right. Sounds amazing to me.
I'm down there in LA.
Yeah.
I was like, you know,
the dream.
About to live the dream, right?
Yeah.
And this was, for anybody who follows basketball or sports, this was the Donald Sterling owned Los Angeles Clippers.
Okay.
So I put in about a year, and it was a learning experience. It was an experience. I never like to say it was bad or good. I want to say it was an experience that I needed at that stage of my life.
For sure.
But it led me, like, it brought me to the path where, you know, I really wasn't a fan of the power culture in LA. I wasn't a fan of, like, certain things. And being a country boy that grew up here in Visalia, man, like the land, I like to be outdoors, I like to be doing stuff. But I needed that experience to let me know that this wasn't for me.
For sure.
So I actually found there was a job opening for a sports writer in Porterville that I found while I was living in LA. And I was like, oh, Porterville, I know that city. I grew up there. And so it was an entry level, it was a full-time job for a sports writer for the Porterville Recorder, which is a daily newspaper down there.
Yeah.
And so I applied. I had a phone interview with the publisher at the time, Rick Elkins. Shout out, thank you for hooking me up. And he, you know, went in for the interview, ended up getting the job, moved back home, and I was covering high school sports in Porterville. So I went from working for the Clippers, you know, doing all that, to covering high school sports in Porterville back home. And I could not have been more happy.
That's dope.
You know, I loved it. I loved the experience. I got to meet a lot of really cool people.
Yeah.
You know, being in Visalia, it's like Porterville's almost like a whole world away, even though we're in the same county.
Yeah.
I never really went out there or experienced it, so I'm so thankful for that opportunity. It was a huge blessing. And that gave me the background, my writing background, because I was, you know, PR is a little bit of writing involved, but you're not like a beat writer where you're having to write, you know, 1,000-word, like front page stories.
Yeah.
So I had a really good editor. Shout out Casey Jones. Taught me a lot.
That's what's up.
And this guy, like, he bled ink, man. So it was only 5 of us. We were like 3 reporters and a graphic designer and a photographer. And if anybody knows anything about the newspaper game right now, it's not really the best time for newspapers.
Yeah.
So we were working our butts off, man. But again, the experience was awesome. And that gave me my writing background. So now what I'm doing is I'm kind of, you know, I've had some health issues in the family with my mom. So it's kind of, you know, I've gone from a caretaker role, and now I moved over to freelance writing. and I'm trying to create my own thing, like my own. I want to be a published author, hopefully by this time next year.
Oh, that's amazing.
Because I've had some experiences in life that I want to share. I think maybe can help other people out from,
your perspective.
From making the same mistakes I did, and maybe just show, this is what happens like that. But because of that writing background that I developed as a beat writer, I had the confidence to be a full-time writer while also doing other things. Like my side hustles would be lifestyle branding. I plan on getting my personal trainer certification soon.
What's up?
I plan on doing a lot of things like being an outdoor guide, so everybody can enjoy the outdoors as I do in a respectful manner. So there's a lot of things going on, man. I really have a good outlook about the future.
It's beautiful.
And where things going. And I truly believe that what you put out there into the universe gives back in kind.
I love that, and especially in time, that's a good point, I mean, you got to go out there, you got to do the work, and you got to sit there and you got to wait to reap the benefits.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Always put in the work.
So let's speak on Bon Fuego.
Yeah. All right. So Bon Fuego is a soon-to-be launched cooking show that my girlfriend and I are going to be doing. But it's not just going to be about cooking. It's going to be about how we source our food, how we support local businesses, and how we can eat affordably and eat healthy and affordably at the same time. Because a lot of times, people see markets like Whole Foods and they get kind of, I want to say, dissuaded from buying all these things, and it shouldn't be that way.
Yeah.
It should be available for everyone to eat healthy if you want to.
Yes.
Again, we live in the Central Valley, the breadbasket of the world. We have all of these fresh foods around us every day, not only in the markets, but that grow on the land, wild, natural foods. So that's going to be a big feature, foraging local things, knowing how to identify medicinal and edible plants that just grow around you. Some people might think they're weeds. No, man, those are bitter greens. You can eat those. They're good for you, So we got our first kind of pilot episode in the works right now, and we're really looking forward to doing that and cooking, bringing some awesome creations to the followers as soon as can be, man.
That's awesome. Some new Bon Fuego,
Some Bon Fuego.
Yeah, so
yes,
that's funny that you say that, because growing up in a Middle Eastern household, like a lot of times, each house would have like their own kind of little ecosystem with like, chickens and goats and vegetables and stuff. You grow your own, and so later in life we would be anywhere. My dad would reach over, grab some mint, and trip everybody out by eating it, and then everybody would be like, why are you eating that plant? And then all of a sudden,
they're easy to grow.
It's mint. It's mint. And you're like, oh wow, actually that helps with my stomach issues and bad breath. That's what's up.
Even just like little things like creating a little compost corner in the yard.
Yeah.
Instead of discarding your fresh produce, put it in the compost.
Even on the can it says that. I just noticed that the other day. The green can is for all of your old food.
Right.
Yo, we gotta double check Em real quick. She chilling. She's right back. There was another little dog rolled up, but we're good. She's chilling. We knew this was gonna happen. We planned for this. Yeah.
We let her run free.
Cool. All right. So that's awesome. So that hit side hustles and income streams and a little bit of passions and hobbies. But what are your passions and hobbies other than cooking?
Okay.
And outdoors.
So outdoors, snowboarding.
Yeah.
Obviously. In the wintertime, I hit the mountain. I get a season pass at China Peak Resort.
That's what's up.
Especially right now because all the community in Shaver and Lakeshore was hit by the creek fire.
Yes.
So anybody who lives around here, please go up there and support those local businesses as much as possible, because there's a lot they need it, and they're appreciative. All the support that they get. So I try to go out there. I'm always storm watching. When the next system's coming through, I'm trying to get that fresh powder.
That's awesome.
In the springtime, I actually started as a whitewater rafting guide for KRE last year.
Okay.
And that was crazy, man. Like, that was a whole new thing for me. As soon as I hit that first line in the water, I was hooked. So I can't wait. I'm thinking about getting a whitewater rapid kayak and just kind of doing my own thing.
Oh, that's
because it's
fire.
heavy, man. Like, when you're a guide, you have 6 other people that you're responsible for.
Yes.
And so, like, it was, again, like...
That's a lot of pressure.
I'm a true believer in pushing yourself out of your comfort zones a little bit. At first I was like, do I really want to do this? And then I did it, and I kept saying no to that little voice in my head saying, you can't do this, or you shouldn't be doing this. I kept saying no, and I could not have been happier with that experience. I met a lot of just legends, man.
It's awesome.
Legends. So kayaking in the spring, other hobbies, writing, obviously, man. I love writing.
Yeah.
And just like, you know, I love all kinds of things, man. There's so many things that grab my interest, and you know, fitness and nutrition. So
no, I love it. A lot of, you know, my wife, she gets on me. You're all over the place. I go, yeah, and I'm having fun too.
It's hard, man.
You know?
You like so much things,
and I'm having fun too.
Exactly.
But
I'm always at my happiest when I'm outdoor, like close to a river.
Yeah.
I'm a river rat, man. That's where I'm at my happiest.
What a place to be too, man. I mean, it just really does something for your body, you guys. Like,
it's that vitamin D. It's the best way to get it, you know.
Yep. I was telling Trent. It's about the first time I've probably been outside. I don't know if you can really consider this as leisure. I do. Like I said, I mean, you're working all the time, but this is not work. We're just chilling. There just happen to be a couple little cameras up.
Yeah.
But man, I mean, something for your mental. It just does something for your mental to be out in a place like this.
Right. Exactly.
It really shuts you down in a good way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's needed now more than ever, you know.
Dude, for sure. Trapped inside on screens 24/7, you know.
That's real.
So what's your go-to splurge?
Splurge?
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm a shoe head, man.
Okay.
I love, like, even when I shouldn't, I'll be spending money on shoes I don't need. They're like outdoor equipment, man. Like, so recently, like right over to our right here, there's a big bouldering spot. So that's another thing too, is like a lot of outdoor activities, like whether it's rock climbing or snowboarding, kayaking, whatever it is, for some reason or another are not cheap.
True.
They're very expensive hobbies to get into.
True.
Which is weird because it's like this is the most like
free thing?
accessible thing you could have is just being outdoors, right?
Yeah.
So that's another thing I really like, you know, if I have the resources and the know-how one day, is to kind of bring outdoor recreation to everybody and make it accessible and not some kind of scary thing that's out there, you know?
Yeah, for sure. That's what's up. I love
But anyways, I do splurge on a lot of outdoor equipment but it gives me that motivation to be like, okay, I got this, like I'm gonna use it, you know?
Yeah, it's kind of catalyst you into to go and do something.
Right.
Yeah. Sometimes you do need the right, especially like if you are gonna actually climb a rock. You better get a couple things, you know, like
that motivation. That sometimes that purchase is, you know, motivation.
You start for free, and then as soon as you need something, you go cop it.
Yes, sir.
All right. So how about if you could give yourself your younger self a couple tips? You could go back and give yourself a couple tips. You know, what do you think would be the most like poignant thing?
Listen to the elders.
Man, that's it keeps coming back in these, but also it's gain knowledge, right?
Yeah. You know, sometimes it's all right to, you know, to be headstrong and to forge your own way. And I truly believe in living an intentional life for yourself and not for what others may project onto you. And the journey is a sacred thing, man. But yeah, if I could go back as an elder and tell my younger self, as someone who's already been down that path, maybe a little few things to, you know, some hardships to avoid, I would. Yeah. But again, those hardships are what make us who we are. So I don't know. It's like sometimes you might have to go through those, you know?
For sure. I mean, again, that's a lot of what this is about, is to see the people doing it and how we got here, opposed to, like, you know, the people on a pedestal trying to teach you something.
Don't be afraid to fail, man.
Yeah.
That's another one.
Yeah.
Don't be afraid to fail.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, the fear of starting is the worst fear.
Yeah.
All right. And so do you do anything? I know you kind of spoke on it a little bit about like philanthropy, giving back. Like you're bringing awareness to your area. You know, I hear that, and then, you know, one day you like to make things readily available for everybody. But, you know, in your own words.
As far as what now?
Any kind of philanthropy, any kind of charity.
Oh man, you know.
Anything your family's involved in.
Right now, I think the best thing that we could do, especially with all the COVID and everything going on, is just support local business as much as possible.
For sure.
We need to support local businesses and not franchises, because local businesses are the families and people that are in our community every day trying to get by like we are.
Yeah.
And so if we want to have a vibrant community and keep it vibrant, then we need to support the businesses that we like.
That's what's up, for sure. I love that, man. Thank you for that. So what do you do for fun?
Man, fitness, hang out with my girl, obviously. bit in the summertime, do a
little dip.
little dip in the river, you know.
Yeah.
I'm always like anything outdoors. I'm usually having fun. I'm easy to please, brother. It
Yeah.
don't take much, you know.
Yeah, no, for sure. That's what's up, man. That's what's up, man. What a beautiful day, man. What a beautiful learning experience, dude.
Yes.
Thank you so much for your time, dog.
Yeah, I'd love to take you back here one day, just us and you know the family here, the family, and we could have some fun. I can show you the spots out here, man.
Dude, my pleasure, dude. And I'm gonna put you out on blast right now. If anybody's looking for a spot like this, they can hit you up and you'll link them up on a spot, right? I mean,
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You know, like let's get that guy thing going,
always,
right?
Like you know, always treat the land with respect and just have some good, you know, just fun. But it was take in, which pack it out, pack it in. You know, that's it.
I hit him up on the way here. He's like, yeah, just meet me at Slick Rock. I'm like, bro, I can't meet you at McDonald's on Mooney. I need directions, a location. Can I follow you? He's like, don't trip, I'll pick you up. Yeah. So I just wanted to say thank you again, man, for bringing me into your home where you feel comfortable, into your mindset and all that.
Yeah, well, I'm happy to share it, man.
Thank you, man.
It's not mine, it's everybody's, you know? It's everybody's.
Cheers, man. Cheers.